Ciao lovelies, this is Reverend Sky wanting to check in and talk a little bit today about Wandering Dude and all the fun varieties and some care tips, suggestions, all that fun stuff on the how to get your plants ready for winter series. I'm going to keep going through my plants and show you as I go. Dragon trees and pothos are next, so there's that to look forward to. This guy, I will throw in a picture of what it looked like when I originally planted it, or put it in this, because I have these there's three poles in here, you can see here, and then one over here. So I'll drop one in right now. That's what it used to look like, and now that winter has hit and the days are much shorter, it's not as happy, even with lights around it. So I'm going to trim it. It's gotten long and it's not going up the trellis. I didn't put rope around it like I should have, and that's my fault. So it hasn't really had anything to cling on to, and I'm gonna have to do some chop so I don't lose the main part of the plant. So that is what we're doing today. We will chat soon. Ciao lovelies, Reverend Sky here. Today we are going to be chatting about Wandering Dude, or Tridescantia if you'd like the other word for it. I did this last summer and it was one of my favorites because it was crawling up and it was all big and beautiful, and then I forgot to add string to the poles that I have for it. So it has grown, but then it weighted itself down and it's now suffocating in here. And it was super tall. I added a picture a little bit ago. And I have to fix this. I just have to fix it. So I need to go through and unwind some of the vines that were going up that have fallen and try to see how much I can save. And I'm going to cut some off so it's not super heavy anymore and save it because, well, what is this? It is a favorite and I don't want to lose it. So I'm just jumping in. I'm nervous. I just kept putting this off when I realized what I did, and now I'm just going to do it. All right, so this branch right here, I'm going to take off the dead leaves, and then if you can see this right here, let me use these guys. From here all the way down to here is bare. So what I will do is cut it where that first leaf is. I'm going to cut off some of the extra stem down here that I won't need. And then I'm going to put it down. And then here is another one. All right, let me chop this. All right, so here is another piece of pretty. You see right here, I did something, like it just wasn't happy because some of these leaves aren't doing so well. So we're going to make it better and we're going to clean it up, and I'll be pulling out dead stuff as I go. So this is like a twofer, but this will get it ready for the winter and it won't be soggy. It won't have dead leaves inside and it'll be happier, which is what I'm looking to do. Because, you know, like I've said, in the winter, your plants can't carry as much foliage as they do during the summer. They are by no means getting the same amount of light, and it's not fair to ask them to do that. It's a struggle. It's a struggle for your plant. Okay, let's see. This is going to be the part that takes me a little time because I don't want to break stuff. I want to untangle it like that. Like that. And then there's this guy who, yeah, see this? A nice piece, but I'm not going to salvage it. There's too much in this plant and I just need to... Oh, I just did that. I just broke this piece off. There's this guy. Okay, So, as far as watering, I do this one during the summer. I watered it a lot more, obviously, but now that it's winter, there's another kind. You can just see the leaves, there's something happening. And if you look on the rest of this, it's not getting watered. This was obviously not pushed down far enough in the soil, and it's not getting the water it needs, so it's looking super sad, which a lot of this plant is, so that's why I'm doing this. That is why I'm doing this. But with watering, I kind of do it when it's completely dry. It's another tropical, and they don't like to be wet. So in my opinion, you get them wet when they tell you they need it, and they droop a little bit, and then they perk right back up, and you have no issues. Okay, so this is fun, because this one has had offshoots now. So there's like, you can't see this. All right, hang on, let me get it out of here. Let me pull this up. All right, so this one has two offshoots over here on the same stem, but the stem this is awful long. So let me see if I can't unwrap some of this. Oh, this might take me a while. I might need to pause and just do some of this and see what's up. But like, you see this, Ron? This is one strand that has like a whole bunch of babies on it. So I will probably cut it up and put it back in. But for now, I'm going to let it fall and see what I end up with before I start doing some major cutting. This is the nerve-wracking part, because you just don't want to break stuff, but you know, you have to get through here and look at it all. That's super important. Going through, getting out the dead, getting out anything that might look a little rotten. You definitely don't want root rot in any of your stuff. You don't want gnats either. So keeping it clean and doing your best to make sure that it's a great environment for your plant will do more for you than anything else that anyone could probably suggest. So if you hear nothing else, hear me say, clean your plants. Clean them out once in a while. Okay, so this is really like a game of which plant needs to... Ew. Oh, see this? Wow. The end of that is dead. Hang on. We're going to let this fall. I'm going to take the dead off, throw the dead away, keep the good stuff. Wow, that was pretty bad. That just fell right off too, huh? Well, like I said, in the middle here, it weighed down, so I've got dead from the inside that I am getting, and it is imperative that I do so because I got gnats last year, and granted, it was because we had potatoes in the pantry for too long. See, again, that very end dried out. So again, I'm going to pull off the bottom leaf, and then it's ready to go back in the dirt. But we left potatoes for too long and ended up with gnats from potatoes. It was crazy. All right, so I have right here my handy dandy tweezers that I use to stick them back in the soil so I'm not putting my hands all up in it. But they are, I love them. Oh, buddy. All right, now let's see. What can I got to figure out what I can twist and what's going to come out. Who's going to make this easy on me? All right, see, now I can just pull some dead stuff off since I got one side undone. Oh, here, look, see? This right here. Oof. Look, that whole strand. That's a goner. In my book, that's a goner. If you saw the other two I had, you would understand why these are just gonna go. Okay. This is, I'm not breaking anything, but I'm just ready for it. I'm ready for that crunch. Oh yeah, see, this one has a bare stem with that sticking out of it. So let's do this. We're gonna take you and we're gonna pull the bare stem out. Yep. Pulling the bare stem out. We're gonna pull off all the new growth. Keep all the new growth. Then go back and pull off some more dead stuff. Oh, this poor baby. I feel bad, but it's gonna be better when I'm done. And it, you know, this is one of those things you really, really need to do to everything. And I mean every plant. All right. Ooh, just look at this. It's so tiny. This thing definitely needs more light. But once I clean it up, it'll all get the light it needs, which is fantastic. Fantastic. All right. Hey. All right. Now I'm looking at these stems right here. And like some of these stems have a lot of dead spots. And if they do have a lot of dead spots, then I really sit and think about whether or not I want that showing, because those are visible on the side here. And only one side of this is really getting good sunlight at this point. So I may keep the stuff on one side hanging and cut the other and let it go up and over. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. It'll happen. Just whatever needs to happen will happen. I'm going to trust that. Now, I think I got all the dirty stuff from the front. Hi, forehead. Okay. Because most of these I'm going to have to trim and start over. Just because I feel like it's better for the plant. Hey, do you need out, Pepper? All right, my mom's dog needs out. She's old, she can't hold it 2 seconds. Come on, run. Okay, I'm back. I'm right by the back door. Okay, this so far isn't as bad as I thought, and I was really nervous about doing this. I didn't want to do it because I thought I ruined it, and I was like putting it off. And I know we all do it, but I'm just fessing up. Okay, so I believe this side is looking good. And to give you an idea, there's a lot of different kinds. Here, you come here to me. There's a lot of different kinds in here. Well, you can't see it all, can you? Yeah. Lots of different kinds. So I want to show you. Oh, and up here, the one in the middle here is a teddy bear, bridal veil, turtle vine, and oh, another Tridescentia. But right now, we're looking at this guy. So there's all those. Now I'm going to turn it so I can get a better view on this angle. And then, again, I'm just going to keep pulling all the dead stuff out. And as I go, I kind of look at stems that might be too bare and just need to start over. And then see what... Yeah, see, this green one here still bothers me. I mean, it has like 4 babies, 4 offshoots, and it's way long. This is the problem with projects. You have to figure out what to do with them after they get really big. Not gonna complain. Not gonna complain. Some plants love me, and this is one of them, and I am okay with it. So, pulling off all the extra stuff. You can see the difference where it's healthy to unhealthy. This is crunchy, and it would snap if I broke it. This over here is not. It's very twisty and thin, whereas this is full again. So we're gonna pop it off here, and then use the top for another starter to put in the top to fill in. I'll show you when I'm done the hole I've made in the middle. Because I didn't put the right stuff up. It's my fault. It is. It really is. Like, I can't blame anybody for this one but me. Really can't. I forgot. What are you going to do? Apparently I have enough plants now. I forget. You know, not a bad thing. Alright, so I'm going to undo some of these guys on the side. Get a look at stems. Taking a little assessment. Now, these guys do like a lot of light. They do very well on the porch outside during the summer. They don't want direct sunlight in the afternoon, but they will definitely take some morning sun. I wonder if I can get closer with this. But, like, see this guy right here? This one has offshoot, and then has a shoot going over here, and a shoot going over here. So, it's one long mamma jamma, but it might get cut up. It might get cut up. Oh, this is awesome. It's not as bad as I thought, so I am way happy. But they do like light. They are, you know, they are a fan. This one did not get to go outside. I haven't been putting my plants outside during the summer because I don't feel like it's fair to put them in a wildly brilliant environment for them that they will absolutely succeed well and over excel for you, and then to turn around and put them in a dark cave as far as they're concerned and expect them to do as well. I don't like the shock of it. I don't, frankly, I don't like winter, so I don't want to be put outside. You know, like, I'm not a fan of the seasons, so I figure a tropical plant can't be either. So I stopped putting them outside, and I get just as much growth during the summer with them inside if I do the proper lighting. And I did add lights. Over the summer, I did not have a lot of lights. I tried to keep it minimal so I could, you know, do the exact same thing during the summer inside. And obviously it didn't work with this one, so he'll have to go back out the window. But I do try to copy as much as I can what their natural environment would be. And that is warm and sunny and in the shade. Oh man. Oh, okay. Well, let's just see. Look. I just broke this off. Happens. But they would be just fine hanging somewhere by themselves in the shade. I'm closing this door because it is cold. And I'm just going to keep moving them around here. So you can see it's already shorter on that side because that's where I've cleaned up. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and finish this and I will be back. This is going to take me a second, obviously. Alright, cutting back in to show you what I decided to do. I need a back and I need a front because of the way that I have lighting. So, this was my choice. I decided to put these, I kept the 3 poles in here, but there is rope on the 3 in the back. So this whole front section will be left open for growth to come out of. I have taken this side, and you can see it's empty down here, and I rolled it all up into there. And I'm going to take, I started doing this side and thought I should pop back in and let you see this, because there's not a lot to it, but, you know, maybe you've not seen someone do this before, and there's things you can do with Wandering Dude that, you know, not everyone likes to, but I'm a fan. So all I'm doing is taking this And I did go through and get rid of a lot of the ones that didn't have a lot of leaves on the stems. So everything that's left is super healthy still and didn't get smooshed. Did not get smooshed. Now you see this vine right here? This has several things going off of it. So what I will do, let me see if I can turn this some, is push some in this hole in between, and then I will sit them up here so they're on the second row, which means they will continue growing up. And since I put rope every once in a while, you can see that it will hold itself up. I didn't do that last time. That was my fault. Now, I will just keep, oh, here's another one. See all this thing? All the new growth this thing has coming off of it. So all I want to do is wrap it up in here. Oof. And you have to be so careful, because if you crunch anything, that's it. It's crunched and it broke off. This one, another pretty variety. Beautiful back leaves. They look splotty. Now, I'm going to wrap this up in here. And essentially, I am wrapping this one up the pole because it is the Nanook, and I do want it to keep getting enough light to be pretty. There we go. Will it, oh no, I just broke it. All right, so there we go. It happened. But I will go ahead and wind this up in here, and then I will have another piece to start. Never a bad idea. So let's do this guy. Get him going. There we go. Now I will cut this stem back to the leaf, just for aesthetic purposes. And there we go. Now I take this cutting. See how pretty that is. Ugh. I'm going to take this. I'm going to stick it right in the dirt. And we'll lean it up against everything else, and it will start to go on its own. Now I keep going back here. This side is super thick compared to the other side, so I'm all right with it. They don't have to be perfect. It's nice, but you know, they're never perfect in nature, so how can you expect them to be perfect in your home? Especially when they're not getting everything they would get in nature. That's just not fair in my opinion. Just going through, like I said, and untangling and wrapping up and seeing how much I can get up. This way I have a back and a front, and I can save the entire plant. Everything gets so big during the summer. You don't want to lose it, but you know you have to cut them back. All right, so this turtle vine seems to grow like crazy anywhere you put it. But if it is outside, you do put wind on it. The stems get super thick, and then it's way easier to mess with. This, like I said, I let everything get smushed, and, well, I can only blame myself. So here we go. I'm going to take these, and I'm going to wrap them up. This is really all I do. And I just wrap and I wrap and I wrap until they're done, and then they just kind of end up doing what they want. So, ta-da! And then when I put it back on by the window, it goes in, they will face the right direction. Oh, here's another one. Here's another one. Let's not break this guy since he's good and long. And he still looks great. So let's do a little bit of this action, and then we're just going to pop him up there. See how full this side is? This is what it looks like when you put your Tradescentia up. And when you mix them together, because that's what I like to do. As I'm sure you guys are learning, that's what I like to do. I like to mix them so I have less pots, more plants. Or more kinds, I guess, more varieties. I don't necessarily need all. I don't need 8 of each. I just like 1 of each. I'm good with that. Of course, you know, 1 of each, if you treat it well, will grow into lots of each. So do as you will with that, but I would rather treat mine well, and then they have babies and I know they're strong because I had them. Well, not really had, but I had a hand in making them. Does that count? This is taking so much longer than I thought. Here's another pretty one, full solid purple back, but pretty leaves in the front. Ta-da! There's two different ones right there for you. Don't even know what these are called. I just love them dearly. Tridescentia are one of my favorites. This one, I wanted to be sure to show because it's fuzzy and I love him. And he started from like 3 or 4 cuttings and I just let him go and I just love it. So I'm going to add some of him in here, and then I'm going to add, because you can't see really the teddy bear in here at all. So I'm going to add some more of him. So it's a little bit more prevalent so you can see, because I don't think you guys could even see him in here. All right, this is all I'm doing is I'm making this a front so I have more room in the middle and in the front because it'll spill out. When I turn it around here, you'll see what I'm talking about. Just gonna tuck everything back here. Okay, now here we go. This will be the front. You can see there's a little bit of a space in here, and then the walls. This wall is not as big because I did cut a bunch off. So, all right, let me get some more done and I will be back. All right, I am back. And here we have the final project. You can see, oh, there's some serious shadow. You can see, oh, hi buddy, you need love? You can see there's space inside. My hand is able to be in the middle, and then we go up into our triangle, but we do have a front. Ta-da! Now I'll turn it around so you can see the back side. And once I put it back on or by the window it goes in, then it'll be fantastic and it'll grow and it'll overflow from the front. Here we go. Let me show you the back. See how everything I have is going up. Because here's one pole to one pole over here. And then there's this pole and this pole. And that's another back. And it will come around to the front where you can see I do let it spill over up here. And then it can get all pretty in the front. But from the front to the back, we're looking at a 16-inch pot, and it's about 2 feet tall. This is my face next to it, so it's not little, and I could put my head in here easily. So that is the Wandering Dude, or Tridescentia. Treat it like a tropical. Water it only when it's completely dry. Remember, these are succulent type plants. They do snap. Here, let me see if I can get a good snap for you to listen to. Oh, there it was. I need to pick a better one, hang on. Nope. There. Yes, they get all snappy. You can just hear it pop, and you know you did too much to it. How about this one? There it is. There it is. Ooh, yeah, there. That juicy little snap. That's what they'll do when you break. And if they break, the fun thing is you can just put them right back in. You don't need to water propagate them. Because they are like a succulent, they do carry in all the water that they need inside, which means you will noticeably see stems dry out Here's one I'm not using, but what will happen is this piece of that little part of the stem will dry out first, and then it will slowly crawl its way down the stem, taking leaves with it as it goes. This right here was already broken, so this would have died off on its own, and then it also would have started here. So it will die off starting from where the base is. It doesn't start off down here. It starts at the bottom. So be very careful with these. That's why I go through and I check the inside. With a wall like this, there will be some on the inside of the foliage that doesn't, the inside foliage that doesn't get as much sun as the rest will, and those will die off, and that is okay. So, one more. Ugh, ugh. You can just hear it. Ugh. Nope. Are we done? Are we done with the snaps? Okay. Anyways, that was it. Tridescentia, pothos, and dragon trees are up next. We will chat soon.